Even though I have cancer, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life because of the people surrounding me. My name is Jennifer Mangin, and I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer in about April of 2020 and have been taking that challenge and battling it since then for a little over 4 years.
It was in her bedroom, and she said, "Look, we don't have a lot more time, and we gotta make stuff count."
I had brain surgery because eventually my metastatic breast cancer traveled, obviously, and traveled to my brain. So I had the, a couple of years ago, 2022, I had whole brain radiation, which did knock down some of the tumors. I had about a dozen tumors at that time. I have to say, my husband, his name is Chris, and actually I call him the BMEM because he's the best man ever made. So about a year after we got married is when I was diagnosed.
She'd been suffering some back pain, and I thought, we'd been working out. I thought, okay, she just tweaked something in the gym, but it got progressively worse. And so one day she could barely get out of bed. I had to help her stand up, and she was crying when she did it. I took her to an orthopedic doctor, because that's what I thought it was. He said, she didn't hurt her back. He said, she's riddled with cancer. He said, the reason her back hurts is because the cancer's metastasized, attached itself to the spine. It's eating her vertebra, and her vertebrae are collapsing. She was starting, I think, to go downhill physically in terms of her mobility and strength, and her doing the workouts at Alloy seemed to have slowed that down considerably. The better your overall health is, the longer you're going to last, with this disease.
Of cancer, and when you hear stage 4, you automatically think the worst. But I'm glad she's proved us wrong.
She's stronger than everyone out there.
How I initially joined, I saw a Facebook ad, and when I did that, I submitted my phone number, my email address for someone to get a hold of me, and Stephanie, probably within an hour, called me on my cell phone and asked me a bunch of questions. I told her my story, and really Alloy, when she told me what Alloy was about, it was perfect for me. I told Stephanie I was really worried about my mobility, my depth perception, my strength. I wanted to get back to how I was before April of 2020.
So the first time I met Jennifer, I had to physically hold her and move her through the workout, the movement screen, pretty much everything, because she was just very weak.
I was excited to be able to help her, and very quickly she flipped the script, and we realized her influence on us and that she was actually helping us.
She knows that she has friends here, family here to support her along this journey.
And from the minute I joined, I felt like I was part of that family. They brought me into their family there at Alloy. Now, after a few months of going to Alloy and really, sticking to those workouts, I've been able to carry groceries on my own. I've been able to walk further. God wouldn't give me anything that I couldn't handle. I'm up for this challenge. I'm always up for a challenge. So I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do to help beat this. I found for me, being positive the whole time has been a huge, huge lift. Plus, I don't want my family and my friends and my coworkers to not want to be around me.
Jen inspires me every day. I don't think I would be handling it as well as she has. She's the strongest person I know. Since she started Alloy, I've only seen positive changes.
I think my very first thought was, man, this lady is nice and very upbeat. She is our biggest cheerleader. She's always positive. She's always calling us out by name and telling us what a great job we're doing. She just keeps coming and pushing through and powering on, and we all know what she's going through. And I don't know how you can compete with that.
I will say my goal is for me to be around for my grandkids to be born, and for my daughter to be able to consult me at her wedding and be with her at, in her first pregnancy, at least her first and hopefully her last. I have to be here for my kids, and I have to be here for my husband. He's like one of my kids. I want to be a role model for people. I want them to see me and think, you know what, if she can do that with cancer, then I can do anything.